Hello, everybody. This is Come Up with Pursuing Your Passion. And thank you so much for tuning in. I want to, first of all, thank my guest, not my guest, I'm sorry, my sponsor of the show, Christopher S. Dennis. He is the experienced connector for sponsoring the show. Today on Pursuing Your Passion, my guest is Mr. John McClung, and I hope I said your name correctly, with I Am Testimony Christian clothing line. Welcome, John. Say hi to our audience.
Hello, everyone. And yes, you did say the name right. I know it's one of those ones you got to practice on, so I know you did some practicing.
I did. I really did. Well, I want to welcome you to the show. We were having some technical difficulties. I hope you're able to see John. If not, we're still going to have a great and wonderful interview. So, John, why don't you tell everybody what it is that you do?
First of all, let me say thank you very much for the opportunity to be a part of your show. I've been excited about sitting with you and talking about the business and the company. Currently, I own and started a faith-based clothing company a couple of years ago, and it's all faith-based apparel as far as designs and also the actual message itself. I Am a Testimony is based on the fact of individuals, no matter what, for spiritual or personal experiences that they've had that they've been able to share with others. The apparel allows individuals who may not necessarily come out and give their testimony or share their story. Somebody can ask them what that shirt means, or whatever they're wearing, and they can actually share that.
All right. Well, how did you get started? What gave you the inspiration for I Am a Testimony?
In 2009, I went through what I may call a traumatic experience or a traumatic year. One of the things that came out of it was the fact that all the things that I was brought through during the course of that time allowed me to be able to share it with others. And it was laid on my heart to start the business. A friend of mine allowed me to be a part of her radio show, and I was the co-host. And at the end of each show, Cam, I would always say, "I am a testimony," and that just kept growing. So I basically turned it into a business because I know that there are many, many individuals who have endured specific things that God has brought them through, and they're able to share it, and it just caught on. And so I turned it into a business.
Oh, wow. I love the slogan. When I seen it originally, found you on Facebook. I love the fact that I am a testimony. When I seen that, I just started thinking about my life, and I tell people all the time, I feel like I'm a testimony because of all of the things that I've been through. So I think it's excellent. It's catchy, and I'm sure you got people out there really wearing that shirt. When people are wearing the shirt or when you're wearing it, what is the reaction that you get?
It's actually a very good one, because the first thing that happens, I've had this happen on several occasions, and I've had a matter of fact, just this weekend I had a gentleman tell me that he had his shirt on in a park in California. Somebody ran up to him and said, "Hey, I know that shirt. That's John's shirt. That's his company," and he had an opportunity to talk about it with them. But the first thing that happens is when someone actually recognizes the shirt, the first question is, why are you a testimony? Or why do you say that you are a testimony? Or what does the shirt mean? And it gives individuals an opportunity to share something that has happened in their life with that individual, or the reverse happens. That individual starts talking about what has happened in their life with that person that's wearing the shirt and wants to know, how can I get a shirt or a band or a bracelet or whatever it may be. It's interesting because even when you and I first spoke and met, one of the things that you did once you found out was start telling me what the things that had happened in your life as far as your testimony. So it caught right away, and many individuals who have found out about the business or have purchased shirts can identify, and that's the thing that I think I've been blessed to have, is a business that is simple enough that anyone can identify with it. No matter what your genre is, your race, color, creed, whatever it may be, you've had something personal or something spiritual happen in your life that you're able to share with somebody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we all have testimonies. Sometimes people are afraid to tell, and I think it's a great witnessing tool when you want to witness, because sometimes it's hard for us to just walk up to someone, but to be able to just wear the shirt and have somebody come up to us, it's just a way of the Lord bringing people to us. So it's a wonderful thing. Why don't you tell everyone about your story, how many shirts you started with, and how you blossomed your company?
Man, thank you very much for asking. It's funny. When I initially started the business, it was 2 years after it came to me as far as the vision and the dream. I actually had a little small office, and it's funny how God lines things up, and He really, when you have been given a mission, vision, and purpose, He will line up everything for you. And I had a little small office, my wife and I and her sister, and there were two young ladies that needed a place to print, and I needed a printer, because I'm just coming out with these shirts. I came out with two designs, two original designs that I started with. One was the actual original, and then I added a charity version of the design, which has a ribbon in the heart or in the chest, and it can change to any color as far as any charity. The ladies, they helped me launch the business because I helped them with their printing business by giving them a spot. They helped me by starting to print and learning to print at the same time, and it worked out. Cam, I've gone from two original designs to over 40 designs right now. All of them are original. They've all been based on some except for the charity ones. And I have maybe another 5 or 10 that's coming. I just started out with a 2014 detailed more one this year, which is Prepare for Battle. I don't know if you've had an opportunity, but it's the whole armor of God, and it's awesome. Wow. Yeah, it's a great design, and so I'm looking forward to getting that printed. But God has blessed me tremendously. One of the things that I learned was to be able to plant seeds. So the first thing last year I planted seeds all over the country. So I gave away shirts. So I just had individuals email me or inbox me on Facebook with their address and shirt size, and I just randomly picked 5 to 7 people a month and sent them shirts. Wow. And bracelets. So as two of the guys that I have come to love, Trevor and Shay, they call it Giver's Goal. So this year my Giver's Goal is 100 shirts. So I'll be giving out another 100 shirts, and I'm already over 25 on it. So I'm having fun with it. It's a great journey.
Oh, that is great. I love the giving, because even the Bible says it's better to give than to receive. But when you give, you just get blessed with so much more, and especially when you give from your heart and you're not just giving just because, or giving with an attitude. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I wanted to talk to you about purpose. Like you said, when you're walking in your purpose, things just seem to fall into place. I mean, I just love how the Lord works things out with your businesses. What are some more things that you found that God has put on you since you've been walking in your purpose? And what is maybe something that validated, what this is what I am supposed to do?
Another great question. Here's what I know for a fact. Once God has laid a vision or a dream upon you, it is yours and yours only. And when He lays that upon you, everything that He puts in your path, whether it's people, whether it's circumstances, situation, all are encompassed on that particular vision and dream. I watched how everything that I have had or has happened to me in this business. And see, a lot of times we think that it's all about money. It's supposed to happen really fast, but that's not really what it's really about when it comes to purpose. It's really about people. So how many lives are you going to touch in your purpose through the course of your journey that will allow your message? And you got to have a message. Whatever when He gives it to you, it's a message somewhere, and it's usually a simple message. And that's one of the things I knew right away. And I tell you, how a couple of pieces came together. One, the name of the company, I Am a Testimony. The second thing is I read my Bible through every year, and I'm reading John, the book of John. I'm in the third chapter, and hey, I'm telling you. So I'll come up on verse 30. 3 is my favorite number because to me that's completion in threes. So I'm looking at verse 333. He that has received his testimony has set to his seal that God is true. So that means your testimony is stamped with approval.
Yes.
So I knew then that that's what my business was going to be based upon, because every testimony is stamped by God, letting you know that whatever you share, that is a true testimony. So I knew then, I was like, well, you know what, Lord, I don't know how long it's going to take, but this is going to be the business. And I also know in a purpose, you can actually see down the road what's going to happen, but you have to work to get to that point. So the vision itself, you can see yourself doing all these things. So I see this business as being the number one faith-based business because it's too simple.
Yes.
You know, is the one thing that I know, and I've talked to hundreds of individuals. We do not have a brand to identify with as far as a faith-based brand. You can wear everybody else's stuff, but it's very rare that you go say, I want to wear that particular brand, or you might go get a shirt. We have a lot of prints, a lot of guys, but not a particular brand, and that's what I'm building with this, because there's no one that cannot identify with it. So that brand is identifiable across the country. I mean, just across the genre. So when it comes to the purpose, it's just amazing how everything that you involve yourself in, such as me being able to sit here and have an interview with you. One of the things that I've wanted to do as far as the business, I get a chance to touch lives, which is part of my mission, without actually seeing the individuals, because they hear my voice and they get a chance to hear what I'm doing, and part of that mission. So it lets me know the purpose is in full, it's becoming full blown.
Yes, yes. When I seen, like I said, I seen your name, I seen it in a group with several people, but that particular day, it just popped out. And you were the only person that I had approached about being on my show on that particular day. And I just thought, wow, somebody's out there with that name. I think it's just, like I said, it's just a wonderful name. And I just told my kids the other day, I said, everything we're going to do, we walk by faith. We just know that God's going to make it happen. So for you to say, you will be, the number one clothing brand, that's what we're supposed to do. We speak it, we walk in it, we know it. Now we just have to make it happen, So
Absolutely.
What are some obstacles you can tell the audience that you have maybe been through, and how can they get over it? Because that's the main thing that seems to hold people back from going after what it is that they love. They don't understand that those obstacles, you can actually get over them. So what are some things you've been through, and maybe some encouragement that you can tell them to help them?
Great question again. I thank you for asking that question. One of the things that, especially from an entrepreneur standpoint, one of the things that we have to understand that is entrepreneurs. So that single person or single, whoever it is, that is for you. And knowing that there are days you're going to be by yourself. You're going to do a lot by yourself.
Yes.
You are going to learn whether or not you can hold it or fold it. And if you are true to what has been given to you, you'll understand that it's longevity involved. It's not overnight. You get a chance to feel the hurts, the pains, wear the hats, all those things that encompass being successful at quote unquote, or what you may think is successful in what you're trying to do, without having a pat on the back, or without sometimes any cheerleaders or individuals, pulling you up. You have to understand that, you actually are given what some may consider a burden, because it's yours. You have to, if you really are going to make it work, you have to dig deep, and you have to do everything it takes to be that individual to make that come to life. Because, God will give you everything you need because it's already in you.
Right.
But you have to meet him halfway, if not more than 75%, because you got to make the effort through faith and belief that what has been pressed upon you and given to you, because it's a gift. I mean, when you're an entrepreneur, I don't care what what area of you are being blessed in as far as having that. It is truly a blessing to be able to bring that, because you're about to impact the world when that gift is given to you.
Oh yes.
And how you bring that about in all the things, because it becomes your lifestyle. That's another thing that I will tell people. What you are given as an entrepreneur is your lifestyle. It may take an effort. I always give the analogy that when you have a beautiful house, sometimes you have a great looking porch, but it's got steps on it. You just don't, when you walk up to that house, you just don't jump from the sidewalk to the porch.
Right.
You actually have to take them steps up, and then you enjoy what's on the porch. You can have furniture, you can have iced tea on the porch, all the swings, all that, but you're not going to get there until you take those steps. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing that I think sometimes we get anxious about. We get anxious that, oh man, I got to make it happen. I got to make it happen. Yeah, you can make it happen, but you got to take the steps to make it happen. Yeah. And sometimes them steps got cracks in them.
Oh yes.
They separated from the porch. Mm-hmm. You got to walk over to get the gaps. But if you are true to what's given to you, if you're true to the purpose that's been laid upon you, if you are true to yourself, you can make it happen. I mean, I was listening at the first of the month to some great motivators, and one single line has just stuck with me for the year, and that's, I can do this. Yes. And when it's given to you, you can do it, and it's yours to do. So this is mine. I like the story of Joseph. Sometimes you can't share your dream and vision with everybody, because you're gonna have some haters. So that's another thing. You're gonna have even on the spiritual side, you're gonna have haters. So you're gonna have individuals who are going to test you. That lets you know that what you have is wonderful. It's great. It's phenomenal. It's stupendous. So you have to keep working at it till your enemies become your footstool.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And that lonely streak you touched on too is something, I tell you, it's not easy. That doesn't feel good to be. Sometimes you feel alone, even though you have people around you. It still kind of feels lonely because people don't exactly see what you see or understand what it is. You can have all the support in the world, but sometimes it's like they don't understand the struggle. Right. But you can get through. That's one of the most important points. You can get through. Absolutely. Now, and in your shirts, you mentioned about certain shirts for certain foundations. Why don't you touch on that and how that can help a particular foundation?
On several occasions, I have been asked, when I did the original design, the two original designs, I knew that I was going to have a charity version about as far as being able to give back. And in that charity version, I made the second design just has a ribbon like I say, in the chest of the design, and that is basically to interact with any foundation. So we can change the color when the shirt is printed. It can be red, pink, blue, purple, whatever it is. And what I try to do, you can use it it can be used as a fundraiser of any sort, or just for the mere fact of any charity function that we participate with. We're able to actually make that particular shirt with that ribbon on there, so that it interacts with that charity. So it gives you an opportunity to participate, and then not only in wearing, but also in giving to that particular foundation or charity.
Wow, well, I know I need a purple one for domestic violence, because I am a testimony and I am a survivor of that. Good. So I'm definitely going to order me a short shirt for sure. Because I would love to walk around with that and have somebody stop me and say, "You're a testimony. Tell me how." I share my story. I was afraid for a very long time because, I was so protective of the person, and I was embarrassed. It was an embarrassing situation, but God told me, you know what, you need it. And His words to me, I said, "Lord, why am I going through this?" He says, "Because you are a testimony." He said, "I need you to tell other people you had to go through this." And those was His words. So this is, things just come together. Again, walking in your purpose. Yes. You come across people in your life that's going to help you and that you can help. Why don't you tell, before we go, time just moves so fast. I'm like real excited, and it's still about what you're doing, because I think it's wonderful and we really, really need this. And it's a good witnessing tool. I want you to do two things for me. I want you to leave something with everybody, something positive, something motivating. And then also, I want you to let everybody know how they can get in contact with you, through your website, social media, however they can find you and order shirts.
I certainly can do that. And again, I will shout out loud, thank you for letting me do this. It's a great outlet. It's great therapy for individuals such as us to be able to share what we do to help each other. Uh, my positive for those who are listening, those who have been blessed to tune in. I give an analogy to all of my friends that are in business or just personal friends. Be careful what you and who you let pour into your life. There are several different things that you look at, and I use the analogy of a vehicle. God has blessed you to have a wonderful vehicle, which is your body, and a great engine and battery, which is the mind. So, normally when you pull up to a gas station, you have three types of uh, gas you can put in your body or put in your car. You have individuals who put regular words into you that really don't take you that far. It just takes you maybe, a couple of days. You have individuals who put in little premium, take you a little further. Then you have individuals who put in super. Those are the individuals that you want to have in your life. You're going to have all three, but you want to make sure that everything that's poured into you is positive, that you can actually apply to your life, apply to your both personal, your work life, the balance that you want to have. Because we see enough negative throughout the day, throughout our life. We hear enough negative. So it's always good to have individuals around you, and that's as an entrepreneur, and you can attest to this, that it's hard to sometimes seek out individuals that you can attach yourself to that are going through the same things that you're going through, and that's why it's so good to have or be a part of some organizations or groups that are speaking into you. And usually it's premium. When you and I have been part of things we've got some premium stuff, some super stuff, should I say. So in those things, when you go like aha, you have an aha moment. So when you get individuals that pour super motivation into you, you get aha moments. So take those aha moments and use them. So that is one of the things that I'm learning, is to allow individuals to pour super into me, which will carry me a lot further than the other two. As far as contacting me, my website is www.testimonyIam. That's the word testimony with the letter I and AM, which is IAM.com. My email, iamatestimony@yahoo.com. Just like it sounds, iamatestimony@yahoo.com. I am on Facebook under John McClung Jr. Please connect with me. I would love to add you to my list. I am on LinkedIn under John McClung Jr. I am on Twitter my handle on Twitter is @IamATestimony. So everything that I do, as far as who I am and what I represent, I understand it's a lifestyle. My slogan is, there's a testimony in you, share it and wear it, or wear it and share it. It's a lifestyle. Because believe it or not, and for everybody who's listening, no matter what you're doing in life, somebody's watching you. And believe me, it represents your lifestyle. And I Am a Testimony represents mine.
Thank you so much for that. And I thank you so much for being on my show. And I'll make sure your information is written out as well so that they can follow you. And make sure you support. We need to start supporting one another. We tend to go out and support all these people that we don't know exactly what they're doing. We don't even know the reason behind their whatever it is that they're doing. And he just explained what it is that he's doing. So thank you so much for being on my show. And if you want to be a part of my show, you want to be a guest, please contact me at booking@commaspeaks.com. I am on social media like crazy, so you can find me under Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest under Comma Speaks. I am on LinkedIn as well. I never talk about my LinkedIn, but I'm on LinkedIn under Comma Burton. And make sure you visit my website, which is commaspeaks.com. And also subscribe to my YouTube so you can catch up with all of my great guests in the past, my featured guests, my blogs. See what it is that Comma's doing. I am moving and shaking. I'm taking this show as far as I can take it. I really, really appreciate you tuning in so much. I just got someone that just said thank you both. Thank you for the response from our questions and answers. Continue to spread the word about pursuing your passion. Continue to spread the word about I am a testimony. I am a testimony. I'm a living testimony of domestic violence. I have survived. Some people did not make it, and I did, so I thank God for that. We will have another show on Monday, February 3rd. Make sure you check in with us. And I want to thank my sponsor, Christopher S. Dennis. He is the Experience Connector. He's a mentor. He will be able to take your business to another level. So make sure you visit his website at ChristopherSDennis.com. And you all have a blessed and wonderful night. Thank you so much for tuning in.